The San Jose Sharks have a golden opportunity to acquire a young defenseman that fits this core. In this video, we're going to talk all about a potential trade with the New York Rangers, how he fits into the lineup, and so much more. So you're not going to want to miss this episode of Sharks Digest. But before we dive into everything here on the channel, we got a word from today's sponsor, Kalshi. Right now, we have an exclusive offer with Kalshi where if you trade $100 and use code DIGESTNHL, you will get $20 free in return. Kalshi is the largest yes or no prediction market in the United States. It's now live in all 50 states. They have some great predictions on sports, news, elections, music, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. For us sports fans, they have some great predictions on the NFL playoffs, college football playoffs, and especially hockey, with a great future for us Sharks fans, with Macklin Celebrini at 22% to win the Hart Trophy. There's a lot of analysts saying he could do it. If you take $100, put it on this prediction, you will get $417 in return on a correct prediction. And when you spend that $100 and use code DIGESTNHL, you will get that free $20 in return. So go ahead, take advantage of this exclusive offer. Go down below, hit in the pinned comment in the description, use code DIGESTNHL. When you trade $100, you will get that $20 free in return. And once again, a huge shout out to Kalshi for sponsoring this video. But we got a lot to talk about today as the trade rumors continue to swirl around the San Jose Sharks, and another one coming up today saying the Sharks are interested in Braden Schneider from the New York Rangers. If we just take a look here from David Pagnotta, he said the blue line is a priority for San Jose moving forward as they are open to buying and selling. They're listening on all pending UFA D-men while also searching for young NHL caliber talent. Believe there's interest in New York Rangers defenseman Braden Schneider, for example. Hashtag the future is teal. And this is a name that I've seen a lot of people talk about here in the comment section, saying this would be the perfect young guy to add to this core. And obviously right now he's on RFA going into, he's in his final year of his contract. Currently at 24 years old, he's a 6'4" shutdown defenseman at a great deal, $2.2 million. You can get this guy in right away. He's a former round one pick at the 19 selection back in 2020. Was a highly touted prospect, a great anchor on the back end. He can play both sides, but he is primarily right shot, which is what we need. If you're not familiar with his game, he's a steady physical right shot defenseman who plays a simple shutdown game, defends the net hard, finishes checks, and makes safe, efficient puck moving decisions. Looking at his stats so far in his NHL career this season, he does have 10 points. He's a guy who is going to get you around that 15 to 20 points in a season. But the thing that's very attractive when talking about Braden Schneider is his hit and block totals. I mean, look at this. The guy is just a wall on the blue line. He's not afraid to lay somebody out. 115 hits already this season. He's on average, he's getting 155 hits in a season. And so far this season, he does have 81 blocks as well. This guy is a warrior. This is a guy who's going to go to battle for your team on the penalty kill, 5v5. He's just going to try to get in front of pucks and use his body to his advantage that way. But he's also very shut down. His stick work is phenomenal. The way he can just stick check up the pucks off of opponents' sticks and just force the offense to the outside, and so they can't get anything going. He is a phenomenal talent to add to our roster. At 24 years of age, he fits our winning window, and pairing him up with who I want to talk about here in Sam Dickinson would be the future, the pairing of the future for this San Jose Sharks team. And this is what I think. I think looking at our D-core right now, obviously you do have Klingberg and Liljegren right there on the right side, 1 and 2. Yes, Braden Schneider coming in could bump one of these guys down, but the way I like it, I like Sam Dickinson and Schneider building chemistry so that they are the pairing for the future. Obviously, Sam Dickinson being an offensive guy, having a pure defensive guy like Braden Schneider who can use his puck movement to create exits as well, will really help Dickinson free up and be able to maybe pinch a little bit more, be a bit more creative offensively, and I think that would really generate more success for Dickinson, because when we've seen him at his best with the London Knights was when he was doing that. So I think getting a guy like Braden Schneider here, who he'll pick up for him if, he pinches up so far or whatever, he's going to be able to get back in time and make a defensive play. And that's what Braden Schneider does. That's his game, and he knows how to do it efficiently. And I like this for the future because, yes, right now it might be third pairing, but, as we go on, Ferraro's been in rumors, for years now, it seems like, for being traded. But this pairing is only going to move up every year to eventually being the top pairing for this team, in my opinion. I think having these two young guys, building chemistry early, when we get into the competitive years, I think this is a great pairing to have. And I think Mike Grier and them obviously are interested in this player. I think they're going to go out and make this trade. And like I said, he's a penalty killer too. He's a guy who can come in right away, get on the penalty killing one unit, and just help defend these power plays that sometimes have been, affecting this team. Obviously, we looked at it earlier. Probably last week, the Sharks were among the worst penalty killing units in the league. I haven't looked at it before this video, but I'm assuming that it's still around that range. So getting a great penalty killer in here is only going to help the future of this team, help defend it when you're a man down. And I think that it only makes sense to go out and get this guy. We've been talking about we need a defenseman forever. This is a perfect guy who can go out and get at fairly cheap. Looking at what we have in capital right now, we do have 2 firsts, a conditional from the Oilers this year, but we also do have the Colorado Avalanche second pick in this upcoming draft, and I think that's what you're getting. I think I've seen a lot of different people talking about what trades would look like on Twitter. For me, I think it's a second round pick, maybe a low tier prospect to bring this guy in. I don't think you're going to need to go out and give out a first for this guy. I think getting a second, maybe a mid tier prospect, not a guy of like Musty or Cagnoni, but maybe a Bystad or, a guy like this would definitely, be what the Rangers want. Obviously, it looks like they're going into selling mode with Panarin being on the block and all this stuff. Maybe there's a package with Panarin and Schneider in it. Who knows? This could happen. We talked about yesterday Panarin, the potential of Panarin coming to the Sharks. So anything's possible at this point. But if I'm looking at a Schneider trade, I'm looking at a second round pick and like a mid-tier prospect. That's just how I'm looking at it. I'd like to see your guys' thoughts on it down below in the comment section, which I'm sure I will. I love reading all your guys' comments on our videos. And looking at him, he's obviously going to need an extension from Scotia Stat Cards. This is what they're projecting here. They're projecting a 4-year deal at around $3.09 million. Obviously, with the cap going up, a lot of players are getting more money at this point. Look at comparable contracts. Andrew Peak right now, these are comparable players. He's getting about 2.75. I do think that locking Schneider up over 5 years, maybe 3.5, maybe close to 4, I think having this guy till he's 29 would really help us in our window of winning. So getting him on a 5-year deal at around like a $4.5 million contract is definitely worth it. Like I said, this will be a pairing of the future with Sam Dickinson if Warsofsky does end up going that route. It's the route I would pick, but obviously I'm not the coach, but that's what I would do in my opinion. But I did want to touch on last night's game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, it was a tough loss. A game coming off such a great game against the Panthers. We kind of hoped going into it that we had a chance to win it. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. I think the guys are a bit gassed against that Florida team, and obviously kind of came out flat-footed, and that's how it kind of went. And but at the end of the game, we got to see a flash of something from Warsovsky with obviously Michael Misa being added to the line with Celebrini and Smith. We did get to see a little bit of that. I don't know, but he said in the post-game interview that it was just trying to get a spark offensively. So maybe this is something we do see experimented, is Misa on the wing more. And I think that obviously would be the way to go if you are the San Jose Sharks, because you just locked up Wennberg to kind of be your second center. So maybe you try Misa out on the wing. If it starts to work, it starts to work. If not, you slip him back into that center role. Obviously, Chernyshov being scratched in that game, I was kind of scratching my head at that. No pun intended, but It was definitely a weird decision for me. A guy who's been playing so good since he's been called up. Maybe it was just a rest thing, something like this, but a very interesting decision, and it's one that I think they maybe regretted after this game, just how good of a spark he has created offensively for his team so far since he's been called up. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section on Braden Schneider. You think he fits good with this core? I'd love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Also, take advantage of that exclusive offer with Koshi down below in the pinned comment and in the description. You use code DIGESTNHL. When you trade $100, you will get $20 free in return. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.